ready to go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, probably not really, to another episode of the Strobing Butt Plug. I am this week's host, the fat and bald Ron Lynch. These are my lovely co-hosts, the amazing Ariana and the beautiful Missy, and of course we cannot forget the buddy.
I almost killed. I'm going to put that at the beginning.
Recording, right?
Yeah.
I looked, it was like at 48 seconds. I was like, yes!
So you're proud that you almost killed the cat?
No, but it got recorded. That's important. It's like, damn it! It's the first time I've ever sat on a cat and killed it, and I didn't get it recorded.
First time I ever sat on a cat and killed it.
And now we have the ASPCA on our asses. And PETA.
He's not dead.
Poor buddy.
Don't ever crawl under me again. I about died. I was like, ah!
And on that note, I was like, for a second,
It
I
was
was
like
like,
slow motion. No!
well, let's put my arm back there. I was like, I'm going to get my arm back there, maybe my hand on your butt to keep you from crushing the cat at the same time.
I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh wait, that's a cat. I was like, why did I get it felt up?
Well, I like you. Well, Missy, I like you, and I find you very attractive. But you know what? I like that cat better.
Okay, that's cool.
So, episode 25.
Yep.
Go us.
Yep.
How the fuck we doing?
How the fuck is it 25?
It's like literally like
Yeah.
half a year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like we just did 21 and I didn't feel like we had that many.
Right, when we did that.
Well, we had all of our like costume themed episodes, and that was like 3 or 4 of them easily.
Oh, yeah, I
It
guess
was really
so.
funny when I was
Yeah.
preparing to go to this one. I was like, I feel weird not having a costume.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so
scene.
Yeah.
since I am the hostess with the leastest this week or something, I brought the beers.
Sweet.
And I was actually ahead of the game this time. Instead of completely bullshitting at the last second, I got everything over the weekend.
Hell yeah.
Cool, I have one for my next one in the fridge already.
Sweet. I bought 2 of these from the Barrel House down in Dayton, and the mystery here came from Jungle Jim's. I was at the Barrel House, and I was having problems deciding between these 2, so I got both of them. These are by Southern Tier Brewing. We have Nitro Creme Brulee, and
You showed the side of the can.
and Nitro S'mores.
Do the YouTube makeup thing, come on now.
That's right, you gotta put your hand behind it.
Haven't you ever watched a makeup tutorial?
No, I bullshit my own makeup. So, which would you like to try first, ladies? S'mores or creme brulee?
Oh, I don't think that creme brulee sounds really...
You know what creme brulee is, though, don't you?
Delicious.
Yeah.
You take condensed milk and you put it in
that's
like
what I
hot
thought it
water for
was.
like a bajillion
It's
hours.
like caramely.
Yeah. Creme brulee it is. Southern Tier Brewing is... Where the fuck are they? Does it say on here? Cream heavy. Of course it doesn't. Anyway, the Barrel House breaks up like, multiple packs into individuals. Nitro. Is nitro carbonated, not carbonated?
Oh, the nitro
Oh,
where you have to pour
shit.
it quick, right?
Yeah,
Oh, look at that shit.
but you
Wow,
can't.
That looks like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It says it's got a lot of lactose in it, so...
Yours looks darker. Like, it looks lighter, dark.
Yeah, this is like chocolate milk beer.
It looks like the PBR stuff.
I shortchanged myself.
It's like, I want more.
Dude, it looks so good. Okay. Ooh.
It's like got the nitro, so it's not quite like the PBR beer, but the PBR coffee beer is really good.
You know, the nitro's gonna have the smaller bubbles.
Smells delicious.
It does smell delicious. This reminds me of Christmas. For some
Oh.
reason.
That is dangerous.
It is really good. See, it's a little bit different than the PBR. I feel like the PBR, I don't even know. The PBR reminds me of the old, we used to drink them, the Kahlúas, because I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't think they're carbonated. I can't remember. I don't think they are.
This definitely tastes like creme brulee.
Damn, that is dark. You can barely even see light. You can't even see light through
Right.
it.
Well, like with all the lactose and the other shit that's in here, it's gonna be.
I like the head. Good head.
It does have some good head. Gives some good head.
No one was gonna complain about good head, especially in beer.
Yeah, true.
So how the fuck we doing this week, my ladies?
Doing good.
Okay. Pretty decent.
So what do we got to talk about? I know I got ththings, but I want to see if you guys got things before I start
much.
rambling.
I'm boring.
I do. So I was telling Ariana how I've only been off work for a week. Like literally, I pulled 2 shifts last week, and the last shift I did was on Wednesday. I've even done driving Uber, so it's not like I've had 7 days off of everything. And Larry got home, he's like, I can already tell you're happier. I was like doing shit. I was just doing all kind, like very productive, like creating a logo for my website, doing shit and making appointments and getting my tags renewed, and like everything was fucking amazing.
Just living life and not having the everything sucked out of you?
Yeah. It was like I had the energy. I was like baking cookies and making like these protein energy balls. Like, it was
On top of this mom shit.
right. It's like the shit that I used to do all the time. I was always too tired to do it, and then I stopped doing it for a while, and I was like, oh, I hate this shit. And now it's like, oh, this is great. We like Missy homemaker again. It's fucking awesome. And I'm liking it. And then I gotta work tomorrow at Uber, doing Uber things.
Very Ubery.
Yep. I'll just literally I'll drive from 5 a.m. to about 11:30, be home, be in bed by,
Whenever?
well, I'll be in bed by 1 because I get the kids up, so, but then, you know, it's like, it'll be alright because then I'll just have the whole next day, and then
So,
I'll drive the next day because my schedule this week's a little fucked up, but it'll be great, and then I'll have the weekend off. Well, I'll do like 4 hours on one of the days.
weekend off when you're your own boss, it's kind of like, well, I got 4 hours to kill, fuck it, you know?
Right. Well, I get up early. I'll do the driving, get groceries, come home, and start like prepping shit for meal prep. I'll have to do a little bit of that stuff, and it really that 4 hours is like nothing, especially when I get up at 5, and I usually end up doing more than I'll probably do 4 hours today, and I'll do like 5, 6, 7. Oh, and then I went to West Virginia Saturday, and Pennsylvania, because my Uber passenger, the way that it's set up, you see a ride, and if you do a lot of Uber, you'll see the general direction and about how long it'll take to get there, and it pops up for only 2 seconds, and if you're paying attention to the road, you really don't see it, and it automatically accepts it. And then I got a text through the app from the dude, hey, are you willing to go that far? I was like, how far are you going? It's like,
How many hours was it?
I was like, I was thinking, I'm pretty sure it was like 3.5, 4. Because I said something, I was like, that's like about 3.5, 4 hours, right? And he was like, yeah, about 2.5. I'm like, no, it's not 2.5. And then it was funny because it was like, yeah, I'm getting kicked off the bus because I was asking people to put their masks back on. I was like, nobody gets kicked off for being like, hey, could you put your mask back on? And I was like, what the fuck is this dude gonna, because I was like, man, if he's got like a really shitty temper, and I'm kind of like profile, I'm like, well, so if he looks just like an angry thug, or, you know, like face tattoos and teardrop tattoos and like gang tattoos, I was like, I'm locking the doors and just peeling out, like I won't do it. And so I was like, well, you know, and I rolled up, dude looked fairly, I don't know, just cool. And he's like, thanks, man, I couldn't take it on that bus. And then he was saying how, like,
Like,
It
you
just-
on like a fucking Greyhound or something?
oh, the RTA, well, yeah, well, I think it was an RTA.
RTA's not going to take you.
I was like, well, it's whatever, it's not that, maybe it is a Greyhound, it just,
I'll
it's,
say the
yeah,
RTA sure
it's
shit.
only local.
They ain't going to take you that far.
Right, it's only local. But no, so I guess it was the Greyhound. I was just thinking there was, I don't know, I didn't realize that particular station was a Greyhound for some reason. But he was like, yeah, he's like, he goes, I don't care if people don't wear their masks, but there's like really coughing and cocking a shit ton. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, well, I worked all through pandemic, so I'm kind of understanding. He's like, oh yeah, well, I'm a paramedic. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I haven't, just quit my job as an EMT, but I was an EMT for like 10 years. So we talked about that for about 2 hours. And then he fell asleep for an hour, and in that last hour, he was saying like, yeah, man, he's like, I gotta get up and stretch my legs. I got like back issues. And I was like, why don't you just sit up front with me? It's probably more comfortable. And I was, but then he like wanted to talk the whole time. I was like, oh, I had enough of him. Like he's cool, like, but I don't do new people for a long period of time because I'm like, oh, I just want to be away from them. And then he was like trying to hit on me and get my number, and I was like, well, like, no, I'm not into dating people that far away, and I don't want this, and I don't want this. He's like, oh, okay, well, I was like, he's like, I could always, like, use more friends, and he fucking texts me every day. It's like, God damn it. I was like, and then he flirts with me every fucking time.
You made a new friend.
And it's like, it's cool if you want to talk to me and just bullshit, but don't try to make it a flirty thing. I already told you, no, I was never going to date you. Like, it's like, I wouldn't have even, like, switched numbers. I did, however, think about, like, man, I wish I knew those numbers that,
The old National Rejection Hotline?
Yes, I saw, like, 3 of them, or maybe more than that over this weekend. It was, like, on I don't know, maybe on Facebook or something, where there's just, like, numbers that you give to people, and then it just, it's like a rejection line, and it tells you why they didn't give you their real number.
Welcome to the National Rejection Hotline. Press 1 to hear a sad, sad poem being read about how much you suck.
Sounds like somebody sent you that phone.
I was gonna say, sounds like he's.
I remember finding that one of those years ago, and it was the most hilarious thing, because I kept sending that shit out, and it was like, they need to have one in, like, my area code, because that would be the best thing ever.
You could probably get, like, on apps, and get a number for your area code and forward it to that one.
Yeah, like a Google number or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Kitters. I almost killed you with my buttocks. I did.
Death by booty.
That's funny.
And stunning that pirate booty.
Sounds like a good way to go.
Yeah, it's like death by snow.
Right.
Being fucked to death by giant women.
That's funny.
Thank you, Futurama reference.
I am a giant woman compared to him, so, but I wasn't gonna have sex with him.
Well, you're just gonna crush him.
Unless he went right up my butt.
That's more like anal to you
Yes.
or something. This is a case of one of those everything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Yeah. Kitties are dildos if you're brave enough.
Wow, I mean, like you just graduated from gerbil to kitties.
Right, there you go, see?
Well, what was the Kevin Smith movie? One of them started off with, oh man, my cousin so-and-so had to go and get a cat removed from his ass. It was like the third time
Put it
this
out
week.
there to get a gerbil.
Yeah, it was
Was
like,
that on Mallrats?
maybe it was Mallrats. It's been too damn long
Pretty
since
sure it
I've
was
seen
on
any of those. But
Mallrats.
the intro they were talking about that. It's like the third cat guy stuck up his ass. Well, why? Because he kept sticking gerbils up there and had to get him out somehow.
I don't remember which one
I'm
that's
pretty
from
sure
either.
it is Mallrats.
Yeah.
I think that was like the first Kevin Smith movie I saw, and I think that was like,
I love Mallrats.
I really feel like that was the reference that I heard Ron say, and that's why I ended up watching Mallrats, because
Probably. Yeah.
it's funny.
Anything good with you going on, darling? Do anything good for Halloween? Trick or treat?
Went trick or treating.
Did you get any candy?
No, I didn't get any candy.
You should have tried.
I always do. But
You're out there working too, man. You deserve
That's
candy.
true, and I even put horns on. So
there you go, right.
You definitely deserve candy. I had a trick or treater. I had like
You just take it.
I had like next to no trick or treaters at my house because my town keeps fucking with the trick or treat schedule. Who the fuck does trick or treat from 1 to 3 on a Saturday afternoon? That's
Pretty much
bullshit.
every town around here.
Right.
Fucking bullshit.
Except for Greenville. Greenville's is like from 6 to 8.
But I had like this dude pull up in a van with like 6 or 8 kids go piling out, and they like hit some of their houses around my on my street. And the dude was just sitting there in the van going waiting for him. And I just took a handful of candy. Got
That's
out of the van.
lazy.
Well, he was sitting there, keeping it running.
Right.
I got out of he was sitting there, I walked up, I was like, I feel sorry for that fucker.
No, I mean, that's a lazy trick or treat, though. You have to walk, not have your parents drive your ass from door to door.
He probably didn't feel like walking around with them, so
Yeah.
he was like, I'll just drive you.
Lazy.
So I walked up and I was just like, here you go, dumped a bunch of
Was
candy
he
on
a
the
fat
seat.
ass?
No.
Oh.
He was a lazy ass.
Yeah, he was a lazy ass
He's
with like,
disabled.
I was gonna say.
no, there was like 6 fucking kids in that minivan. He was in no mood to deal with that shit. It was probably like his kids plus their friends and some cousins or some bullshit.
It's like I can deal with him in little segments. they'll get in the van and we'll drive up the
Right.
street, and then they'll walk around to all the houses in that area, and I'll sit here by myself and get some silence for 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So let's see. Over the weekend, I went to my 23rd, because I'm a fucking nerd, Horrorama, all-night horror film festival they have down in Dayton. It was their 25th anniversary, and I had to math that out. I have never missed one since I was 18 years old. Being that I've been to every single one, I think I might be the only person that's never missed one.
That's
With the
funny.
exception of the two that I didn't know about existing. I found out about it because old Rob Perman drove me to Rocky Horror at the Neon, and it used to be the same place they would have Horrorama.
Fun
How do you do
times.
it?
Where they do it now, over in Inglewood at the Inglewood Cinema.
Oh.
That's the one beside the old Kmart.
Yeah. They had 2 nights of it this year, and the very first movie was Ernest Scared Stupid.
That would be fun to watch.
I have not seen that movie probably since I was a kid, and it is both terrible and amazing at the same time.
I need to make my kids watch it. I miss the old Ernest like the shows they had Saturday morning because he played so many different characters. I like the old lady with the neck brace.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
She was in there, and he like played all of his characters throughout
That's
the
good
thing.
stuff.
And I kept thinking to myself, man, I wonder like where those kids are now. They're obviously all grown up and probably like our age.
Probably a little bit older, I bet.
Well,
Close to 50.
but it was just like, I wonder if they were like at some point, kids, grandkids going, hey, we'll watch this movie. Isn't that stupid?
That would be my kids. But hey, wanna watch this cool movie I was in when I was young? No, that's fucking dumb. Why did you do that?
What?
I can't even believe Grandma and Grandpa let you be in something so stupid.
Did anybody think this was... I can't believe somebody thought this was funny. This is hilarious. No, it's not. You're stupid and old.
They might have liked it. They'll say
4 or 5-year-olds or something.
Yeah, 6 to 10 years back.
Yeah.
Because I compare that with... I was going to say I compare that with even Goonies, but Goonies is a good movie. You could watch that over and over again.
The Ernest,
it's not stupid that kind of
the
movie.
Ernest movies were a very specific kind of stupid.
Yeah, it was good and stupid. Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yeah.
Ernest Goes to Camp. I think there was the only 3. I don't remember any more than that.
I remember my dad liking watching those movies
Great
with
movies.
us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good movies.
They were. Both nights of it, I didn't make it home into bed till 3 or 4 in the morning.
So that was 2 different nights.
They had it Friday and Saturday night because it was the 25th anniversary of it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So they did it what do you call it? A double feature, but it had to go over 2 days.
Kind of. The first night was Ernest Scared Stupid, Fright Night, which every time I watch that movie I forget how good it is. And then the last one for the first night was Rob Zombie House of a Thousand Corpses.
I haven't watched that in years.
That's about my favorite movie of his.
Which was, a few weeks back when we did one of our Halloween costume episodes, I was one of the characters from it. And, yeah.
I remember doing, I had friends that were obsessed with Devil's Rejects, and we would watch it almost every time we went to their house.
That's
Nice. Let's see. Saturday night started off, because it was a lot longer, started off earlier and ran later, but it was The Incredible Dr. Phibes, which was a Vincent Price one. The fuck was the next one? Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Best one.
Yeah. Shit. It was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Motel Hell, which, God, I haven't seen that one for...
I was gonna say, I remember watching that with you.
Nope.
Yeah, my mom
Motel
used
Hell.
to have that on tape.
Yeah.
VHS bitches.
Yes. What the fuck else was there? Trick or Treat, which had Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons from Kiss in it.
What is it called?
Trick or Treat.
Oh, okay.
That must not be the one that I was. Is that the one that's the little orange with
No.
Okay.
This is before that. This one is about this kid who is obsessed with this rocker. This rock and roll guy is basically this rock and roll guy finds this thing and makes a little deal with Satan and gets himself put onto a record, and if you play the record backwards, it summons this rocker from hell. Well, this kid gets a hold of this record and does it.
That's funny.
This demo tape, and summons him from hell. And at first, the rocker guy's fucking up all the bullies that messed with him. Then the rocker guy's trying to take over the fucking everything and bring all the demons of hell out for a real party. Ozzy Osbourne is in it and plays a freaking like evangelical preacher. And it is
Funny.
just he's got like short hair cleaned up for this thing. It's just like
What year is this from?
it had to have been like mid '80s.
Why does it sound familiar?
Wolfman Jack was in it.
I think it does sound really familiar, but I don't. I mean, I bet you guys had to. You had every old ass movie like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw it.
The last one they showed, which was always a favorite, and I own on multiple formats, Evil Dead 2.
Never seen it.
You ever seen Evil Dead?
No. I've heard a
Um,
lot about them, but I've just never seen them.
Evil Dead 2, have you ever seen Evil Dead 1?
I've never seen any of them.
Evil Dead 2 is basically a remake of Evil Dead 1, but they actually had a budget.
No, okay, that's funny.
And like 2/3 of the way through Evil Dead 2, they realize how stupid the fucking concept is, just the entire thing and how over the top cheesy it went, and they switched it from a horror to a bad comedy.
I was gonna say I always heard it was a bad comedy.
They switched from like hardcore horror, and they're just like, man, this is stupid. And at one point, you see him like the main character laughing and being insane with like the furniture, because it's all the furniture is possessed. And that's the point the movie switches from
That's funny.
a hardcore horror film to just bad comedy, because you're just like, huh, yeah.
Good times.
It was a fucking long weekend. I got home at like 4 or 5 in the morning that night, and for some reason I was up at 10, and by God, Sunday I did all the things, cleaned all the things, and then I went down to another friend's house who was having trick-or-treating again on Sunday.
Good times. I didn't do anything festive. My kids didn't ask to. There was someone having a Halloween party, and I think that was not this past weekend. It was, or maybe it was. I think at one point there was something going on, but I decided I was like, I didn't want to go. And what else? Drink it. Do not drink. There was, what was it?
Now for Nitro S'mores.
Oh,
S'mores.
I thought I did something really cool this weekend. Oh, I did go to this place.
Ooh, would you hear that?
It was growling.
Yeah.
Hell
That
yeah.
thing was like...
I went to this place called The Famous. I meant to put that on the butt plug page and I forgot. But it's like The Famous Restaurant or something like that. It's in Centerville. And it's a pretty good restaurant. They had a big variety of food, and they had pretty good food. He's trying to get you wasted.
I guess.
I think I
It's
got
like
it
you
even.
kill every time. But
Well, it's not like you have to drive home.
right. You said that the last time you
This
were
is true.
bad pours.
Look, I'm just trying to get her drunk to take advantage of her. And by advantage of her, I mean,
Ooh.
yeah.
Chocolatey. It does smell like a
Smells
schmall.
delicious. It smells like sugar.
Like I said, I couldn't decide between these two. I'm just like, fuck it, we'll do two of them the same making for this one.
It's really
It
good.
smells exactly like s'mores.
Uh-huh. It does. No, but I had a flight at the Famous, and their beer, like, all of them were mediocre. Like, they weren't bad, but they weren't good at all compared to, like, this. And then, yesterday morning, I went out to breakfast at this place called Tanks in Dayton.
Ooh,
It's kind of like
shit.
just like a shitty bar.
Shit.
How much is it?
High proof.
10% each.
I thought they tasted pretty strong, but they don't taste like no 10%.
I don't think they even taste strong. They just taste like candy to me. There must be an alcoholic.
There's just like a potent alcohol taste that's like,
The s'mores is...
it kind of tastes like a bourbon barrel to me.
The s'mores that we're working on is ale with chocolate, graham crackers, and vanilla flavors added.
But no, Tanks. So I've heard a lot of things about Tanks. And it's just like a...
Lakewood, New York.
It's like at this dive bar in Dayton.
I've heard of that place, I think.
They're known for their breakfast. That was what I heard. And I had like what I have. I was thinking, I was like, man, like, I drink a lot, but never a whole lot at one time, because like if I go out, I'm always getting a beverage. And I got an Irish coffee, because I was like, do you guys have coffee, and I was asking about their coffee, and she's like, oh yeah, what do you want in it? I was like, how about an Irish coffee? And so the breakfast I had this like, their biscuits and gravy. It's this bar, they home make their own biscuits. So I'm like, if they're even making their own biscuits, and like their menus look really cool. I was like, you know, it was a good price. It was only like $6 something for a full order of biscuits and gravy. Like I couldn't eat it all. Because I ended up, Larry he took a couple days off work because he had a mass amount of vacation days. He's like, you want to go to breakfast? I was like, you're offering, you're buying, you know, this is free breakfast for me. Sure, I'll go. And so I ordered the whole order of biscuits and gravy. And he ordered something that had like the whole order plus like eggs, bacon, and toast. And so he didn't eat all of his eggs, bacon, and toast. He split it with me. And I ate like some of I didn't even, I couldn't eat half of mine and half of his all together. Like I ate it the rest of the day and I was full all fucking day. But there's like they have omelets, and I thought about ordering an omelet. They have a lot of their omelets are 3-egg omelets, but they have like a 5-egg omelet or 2, and then there's one that's a 10-egg omelet.
Jesus.
And it's a 10-egg omelet. There's like 5 ounces of meat. There's like 6 ounces of like something else. I mean,
go through like my freaking meat drawer where the eggs are. Take the carton of eggs that I have. Just take the ham and the cheese and just throw it all in the fucking thing.
I think there's like the 6 ounces is cheese. There's a bunch of like you can add 3 vegetables. And there's all kinds of ounces of vegetables. I was like, you know what? I would love to get that omelet, but I wouldn't be able to get something that everyone would like, because Jacob would like a lot of stuff, and then I would like anything. Logan would be like, I don't like anything. I'd be like, sorry kid, you're picking your omelet apart. But I'm like, that omelet would feed my whole fucking family. Like 10 eggs.
That's crazy.
I would like to see how big of a fucking omelet that is.
Right? I think I make like a 2 or 3 egg omelet for myself normally.
Hell yeah. And that's like, I mean, like I
I
don't
wonder
even.
how many of those they sell.
I don't know. I don't know. It's only $15.
Really?
Yeah. Like that's like, and I mean, it probably comes with toast. I'm sure at least toast. Maybe that's it. But I'm like, Jesus fuck, like that's not expensive, because I was like, if you get that, and then I was like, if you get 2 full orders of biscuits and gravy, I was like, that would probably feed our family in full, like a big meal, and then the drinks on the side. I was like, it'd probably be $40-$45, which would be a typical. That'd be cheaper than if we went to IHOP and got probably just as much food.
For those that are on a diet, I think if you do that right, definitely stay on keto. Can you eat that?
The omelet you could.
Can you eat that many eggs and still stay on your keto plan?
Yeah, because that's like the keto thing. That omelet, unless they put pancake batter in their omelets, like a lot of places do.
No, just stretch out the eggs a little bit, pat them out some.
Right, makes it like it thins it out to where it's a real thin omelet, so you can fill it up a whole lot and roll it a whole lot.
Mm.
But even if you were to make that last over 5 days, you probably would still maintain your keto, just because there's nothing else really in it. I mean, you'd be like really close.
Whew.
He's loud.
I know.
That's great.
It's like my dog when it's busy eating its own ass.
Well, at least he's not eating his ass.
I would laugh if he was eating his own ass on your lap.
He'd be on the floor.
Yeah, one of my cats started.
Ass eaters on the floor.
One of my cats started that last night, and I stood up and dropped them. They looked very offended.
He just stood up and dropped him. He looks pissed just having you talk about it. He knows we're talking about him. Ass eaters on the floor, dude.
Fuck you! I know what I'll do what I want, bitch.
So I got nothing.
So let's see. I did have like a couple other things, because one, I set the little mental reminders for myself for things to talk about. But before I get into those, that whole quitting my job thing has gotten interesting, because I think I mentioned this last week on here, did I? About the job that.
You got a new job, because I was going to try to trick you and ask you, what's it called? Where's your new place?
Well, I got a new job, and I gave my 2 weeks notice last Monday, all official. The guy that's supposed to accept my notice was on vacation until yesterday. And apparently I'm not allowed, and I'm not supposed to tell anybody that I'm quitting.
So he's making a podcast about it.
Well, I'm not supposed to or allowed to tell anybody that I'm leaving for the sake of stability until the day I leave. Or until he approves it.
How does he approve? No, you can't leave. You're here forever.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But I've told everybody that pretty much, my
So I was
1 year,
ready to accept it.
everybody, came and, my 1 year came and went, and nobody gave me a review or much of anything. Got on LinkedIn and I got some offers and I accepted. Can't really bitch about that, way more money. When I talked to my recruiter for my contracting company, I bitched about everything under the sun to her that has been pissing me off there for, the last however long. When I did that, I heard her furiously typing out all that shit. The guy that has to approve my leaving, I know he got that report. He came back yesterday and was not on the meeting for but more than a few minutes. And about halfway through the day, the guy that's one of the managers over the California side, the West Coast, said he had to fly to New York for an emergency meeting and wouldn't be on any more calls for the rest of the day in one of the chats. And I was like, that's interesting.
Okay.
But this morning, the manager in question who has to approve it, his only response when they asked if there was anything for him to report, he literally said, I'm in hell. Nothing else, I'm in hell. One of the reasons I got all butthurt about looking for another job, the guy who's my direct manager there proceeded to say a few weeks back, hey, so you remember when you got COVID in December? He said this to a customer. When Ron got COVID in December, they wanted to fire him, but they didn't do it because they were worried about a lawsuit. Ha ha ha. That pissed me the fuck off because I'm like, that's fucking horseshit. That's what motivated me to go out and find this better paying job. I mentioned that to the recruiter. Well, the guy that wanted to fire me for getting COVID was the one that I'm waiting to have approval for me to announce this shit. My direct boss, after I said I'm quitting, here's my notice, he had, with the exception of 2 days last week, worked from home, aka went home and fucked off and got paid for it for most of last week. He did the same thing on Monday, and finally came in today, and the first words out of his mouth were that I'm not allowed to tell anybody that I'm leaving. I should not be telling anyone in the
You're
plant
telling
that I'm
everybody.
leaving. I already have it, I don't fucking care.
Just send a mass email out.
And that I'm not allowed to talk about the person that was in my position before. Don't talk about George. I'm like, I don't ever talk about George. I didn't know him. You're the one that talks about George. And he said that I'm supposed to get a phone call from Grant either today or tomorrow. That didn't happen. And so it'll probably be tomorrow and all this other shit. And I'm going, between Grant saying that he's in hell, me being told I'm not allowed to tell anybody that I'm leaving, I wonder how much shit I stirred up.
That's funny.
Because when Grant calls, I am going to be totally honest with him about everything, because what have I got to lose? I've got a whole other job that I start Monday for a lot more money.
Oh yeah.
What are they going to do, fire me? Ooh. I spent today watching fucking horror movies on YouTube, and it's not even October anymore.
Good times.
That was my rant. It's cool.
I was gonna say something about that. Like, I can't remember what it was. Something about your job. Oh, the way you were talking about it earlier, and the way, I think, I don't know, some messages maybe. I thought that you were gonna have a reenactment of how you fucking quit Honda. Just
Oh no. There's
like
no
two
need.
jobs in a row. You told them to eat a bag of dicks.
See, that's the difference. You see, at Honda, when I was at Honda, I'd let myself get to the point where I was pissed off enough at the world that, yeah, I told Mohammed, the guy who was my manager at Honda, to fuck off and eat a bag of dicks. And I flipped him off smiling on my way out the door. I am not that mad at freaking Dannon. There's no way I need to be that mad because I've already got another job. Why waste the energy at this point? At this point, it's more along the lines of, okay, so that's not right, here's why I'm leaving, bye. And have a nice day. I gave an official 2 weeks notice, and a very official reason I'm leaving is I need more money for my family, and I'm out. I don't care, what gets in trouble and who gets in trouble. Otherwise, that's not my problem. Yeah, so I can't wait for that phone call tomorrow if it happens.
Hell yeah.
Because it'll be like, oh, hi. Yeah, I don't care, Grant. Because unless they're going to offer me more money to stay, which they won't, and offer to hire me as a full-timer, which they won't, there's nothing they can offer me that's going to be, keep me entertained and want me to be there, basically.
Makes sense.
So, back to the things that I saved in my calendar to remind us of. So, after we finished recording last week, the ladies got onto some interesting topics of conversation, and they can pick the direction these go, but my two lovely ladies here were talking about vaginal waxing.
They were.
And I thought the way they were describing it, I would love to watch that because it just sounded like the most amazing thing in the world with the horrible facial expressions and
like when you're concentrating or whatever, you stick like your tongue out the side.
and interesting uses of mirrors and angles and just different techniques. Is there anything you'd like to share about that on camera, guys?
When you're trying to wax your own vagina and you're just all like, you're trying to get like way down below and right here, so you're like, ugh, and then your fat's in the way, so then it's too much. So you have to have like the perfect angle of doing this because you don't want your fat to be in the way, but then also you got to be able to see what you're doing. So then you have a mirror right here, and then you're dropping shit, and the wax is dripping. You're like, damn it, I didn't want it there, and you're trying to get small spots so it doesn't hurt as bad. And then pretty soon you know it, like your whole vagina is covered, and you're like, I don't want to rip this off. And then your vagina is all fucking waxed shut.
That's
you're like,
scary feeling.
it is.
I don't want to rip this off.
You're like, I don't want to rip this off, but it's stuck there. If I don't take it off, what's going to happen? When you use the restroom, it's going to be like, psh.
See, this is why I want to see that. It's not even a matter that I care about seeing the vaginas at all. At this point, I just want to see, like, the challenging positions y'all are getting into.
Well, if it's not about vaginas, you could do that to your own junk. You're like scooching the balls over, getting like, get the dick out of the way, like, I got wax all over the place. It's like curling around your dick. Yeah. You could definitely see it. Just and report back to us how that went for you.
Waxing the balls.
Yes.
Like my balls are so
I
smooth.
think I ripped my balls off.
There was a Bob and Tom one. They did something about that, and the balls came off, and it was a really weird sound effect. It was like, and then like the person who was talking, hey, it worked great. Real high pitched girl's voice.
Oh
Good
yeah.
stuff.
And then I tried to write an Amazon review about my waxing experience, and I got blacklisted from Amazon for reviewing Amazon because for a long time they were like, here, review this product. So I started reviewing products, and I was like trying to do all these funny reviews, you know. I was like, I think I waxed off my labia or something like that, and they're like, sorry, we can't use this review. And then I didn't get any more like, here, review this product for like a really long time after that.
See, I've read way more descriptive and like reviews. Like yours shouldn't have been blacklisted. Like there was this one, I swear.
The freaking sugar-free Haribo gummy bears.
Well, that was really funny. But there was this one about this.
Google that shit. Look that shit up if you haven't before. Sugar-free gummy bear review on Amazon.
There was this
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll shoot yourself.
Watch out, coworkers.
Right. There was this one about like this sex toy, and like, you know, the sex toy was there and pictured it and, you know, everything. And I read this review, and it was only like, it was like the review itself was super funny. I really don't remember what it said, but I read that review like probably within a week of a coworker telling me that she bought this toy at Hustler, and it was like the same type of toy. She's like, yeah, I bought it at Hustler, and then it went like this, and it was like this, and she was like telling me her experience. And then I read that review. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And so I tagged her on Facebook in that review. I was like, was this you? And she goes, oh my God, it's almost word for word. I was like, yes, it is. Like,
Consistency and working that pussy.
Just like, I don't know what it was, like, because it wasn't her review, but it was like everything word for word. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, this is like exact same thing. It was really funny.
Alright. So, while you guys talk amongst yourselves about your vagina waxies, I'm going to start to pop up in the mystery.
That's about all. I mean, the whole awkward position thing, and like you never thought you looked at your vagina that much before.
It's
like,
it's
try to look at it in a like magnifying mirror, and you're like, Jesus.
That's a huge pussy.
it's like definitely taking like, you know, 20-30 minutes and shit. It's like, god damn it. It's like, you know, it's almost exhausting just to wax your vagina. Like I've thought about having pains. I think that's only like $60 or something to pay someone else to do it.
I think it'd be worth it.
I think it would be too. I'm like, I'll just wax my own legs and pay somebody to wax my fucking vagina.
So this is not going to be nearly as sweet as those other ones.
It looks good.
I was watching like a TikTok not too long ago about like a professional waxer. Was it I don't know how to say it.
Esthetician?
Yeah.
That's a word.
And they were talking about how like, I don't know, it said something like how
There's
everybody
still
has
more.
like little pieces of toilet paper in there and stuff, and people were like, I don't have that. They're like, yes, you do.
That's so funny.
So this is this is the Mysterious Burious.
Mysterious berries.
It's funny. See, I remember going with a friend when she got her vagina pierced, and she was like, she wanted me to take a picture of her, like, I don't know, like, it was, I think it was after, and I was trying to get a picture of it, and I mean, she had like a real big piece of toilet paper, and I was like, dude, you got a fucking piece of toilet paper there, because I was trying to see if I could hide it, and it just didn't look right, and I'm just like, all around, and I'm just like, alright, you gotta move that toilet paper. She's like, what? It's there? Like, it stayed there even after the guy pierced it.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm getting like the smell from the before beers because it has like a little bit
I'm
of
smelling,
sweetness
yeah,
to
the
it.
s'mores. Ooh. But it is good.
That's different.
So,
Don't
no, you ready to keep the thing on?
try. You gotta give us a minute to guess. You just calm yourself.
I don't know if that's like a pumpkin beer or
Like an apple.
right, an apple pie.
I feel like it's apple.
I was thinking apple. That was like one of my first thoughts, but at first I'm getting
think we're
something
wrong.
that's a pumpkin-y for some reason.
No, you're actually wrong. So last time I was at the Jungle Gyms, I got my Sexy Dragon Lady beer,
Okay.
and this is a actual German Doppelbock from Germany.
This must be German. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Sexy Dragon Lady beer.
Delicious.
Doppelbock, double black basically. And it's 8.2% alcohol, and this is
Nice.
actually from Germany. I picked that up at Jungle Gyms in their European section.
I do like the picture. She's very scantily clad. Her whole belt, it's like up here. So she's got the belt up here, and then just chains here, and then like a little skull thing right here, like a devil looking skull.
They had a couple others made by the same company. One of them was like a 15% beer I almost bought. I was like, I bet that's just going to be all alcohol and there's going to be very little flavor for it. And I've been wanting to try a proper German Doppelbock for a while. So,
Doesn't say any flavor profiles, because.
Doppelbock is the profile, so.
Right. What the fuck was that? I guess that was just the beer.
It was the dragon.
Right, that's what it sounded like. Actually, the s'mores sounded more dragony when it growled.
That's cool sounding.
It was. It sounds really cool on camera.
Where did you say you got those other ones?
These guys came from the Barrel House down in Dayton. That picture, actually, so one of the ones I was going to buy down there, I sent a picture of it. It was this Short North or somebody, coconut something out,
Yeah,
stout.
I've never seen the coconut.
I was going to buy it, but it was like $16 for one bottle.
Holy shit.
I was like, oh, that
It's
sounds
probably
great.
worth it.
Sounds great, but that's too rich for my blood this week. Let's see,
So
this.
maybe we should like go together and just like buy an expensive bottle of beer sometime.
Well,
or
the
something.
fun thing about that place is, they've got it's a bottle shop, but they've also got sitting in the back a place where you can just straight up drink.
Do they? Because I know they probably opened it back up for that after things started opening back up. Because I know at one time they were only selling, and you couldn't, because of COVID, like they wouldn't let anybody drink in there.
When I was there, what the hell was it that I had? It was Rheingeist, and it was Musha or something like that. That's literally like how it was just
That's
this
funny.
on blah, blah, blah on the thing, but it was this like dark coconut like chocolate stout with a lot of lactose in it.
I wouldn't picture Rheingeist making that. I'm not a Rheingeist
It was
fan.
definitely
That
not
sounds good though.
like Rheingeist usually does like their IPAs, like
Yeah.
Truth and shit, and it was
Mhm.
like, that's Rheingeist? Alright, I'll give it a shot. For the record, this was brewed and bottled in Lithuania.
Nice.
So yeah, that's about as European German as you can freaking get.
Good. It is
I like
good.
it. First I was like, it just smells like regular beer, and then I was like, but it has a sweet, and I'm like, wait, I think that might be the beer
Right,
before.
it was.
Yeah.
Hi, Katie.
This
Want
does
some
have
beer?
a little bit of a sweetness to it.
It does. Like I said, it was one of those where it's like, those were some heavily flavored, definitely, we'll call them modern stylized, and This guy is, pretty much about old school. It's kind of like we're talking about the Oktoberfest. Well, what flavor is Oktoberfest beer? Oktoberfest. What flavor is a Doppelbock? What's a Doppelbock? And I've had some that people have done around here, but I've not had any that were actually, brewed in Europe, so to speak.
Let's see.
Are you looking for the Amazon review?
Oh no, I should. I was actually looking up this beer. It's available year round. Somebody said it's a cheesy label.
They don't like the Dragon Lady art. It's a very, I won't lie, it's very Dungeons and Dragons, 80s metal kind of a thing to me.
Yeah, it just looks cool though.
Kind of nerd stuff.
Nerd beer.
But I am a fat nerd. Why do you think I bought that?
I'm a little bit of a nerd too, because apparently I liked it.
Right. It says this beer has a malty smell, but taste hints of caramel and malt. This doppel is better than most from this maker, but honestly isn't a very high standard. I thought it was good. This is another doppel that announces a bold number in percentile being 9.7. It's a cheap, strong beer. I don't know why it says 9.7.
Different version.
I don't know. So, somebody is tasting the aftertaste of citrus fruit. They also said malt and caramel. So it's got the caramel malt.
That cat is so fucking
And
loud.
it is.
Just
The fuck person.
if it's not showing up at the camera, I'm hearing from this cat in its ass.
This person doesn't like it. They give it 2 stars. It says appearance: copper color, whitehead, aroma, brown sugar, caramel, taste, malty, yeasty, wang, apricot, sweet and sour chicken.
So they
Not very good, but girl on the bottle is hot.
So they don't like actual German beers. Probably like, from the review, it's probably like a younger dude that doesn't have like a super refined palate.
Probably.
Just started getting off of like the Bud Light type shit.
Right.
Off the regular stuff.
So this person says ripe fruit, and everybody says caramel and malt. This person says vanilla, dark fruit. What do you mean by dark fruit? So some people are saying fruit as well. The malt and dark fruit. I wonder what dark fruit. I'm gonna Google what is dark fruit.
Like plums,
That's what I would think.
Yeah, I can get some definite like fruit notes like that.
blackberry. Buddy,
It's
stop.
just weird that they call it dark fruit.
Stop chewing your
Black currant, blackberry. It's funny because I was like, what is dark fruit? And then the first thing that came up was Strongbow dark fruit flavored cider. What are considered dark fruits? Prunes, sloes, raisins, grapes.
Slow.
I don't know what a sloe is.
Slow gin fizz, you remember those?
Yes.
Remember the first time I got drunk? Or the first time I got drunk at
I
least.
think that was the first time I got drunk, yeah. Maybe it might have been like the second time or something.
Alright.
But this also says even apples as well as wild berries. So maybe it is a little appley. But the first time you got drunk was bad.
Oh, right?
Did you puke your guts out?
Dude,
Yes,
so we went
you
over
did.
to somebody's house, right? Okay, and now that I'm like in my 30s and this person was in their 30s and we were 15 and she was giving us alcohol, I'm like, who the fuck does that? But
You're like, man, they must have been a real piece of shit. Cause
No, she wasn't. That was just it. She was like, I mean, responsible for the most part. She had us drink that one time, but then I think after that she probably wouldn't have ever again.
yeah, she had like that. It was like a slow gin fizz, which I can't remember what all, like slow gin.
It's slow gin and Mountain Dew, 50-50, and it tastes just like a Hawaiian
And
punch.
it's fucking delicious. And then she's like, here, take a shot of this. Here, take it. And it was all different stuff. I had like 6 shots or something.
You just kept doing shots. You're like, do it again. And I like for some reason felt obligated
Oh,
to do
God.
shots with you.
Oh God, you
It
how
was
Like
vanilla
15.
vodka, and I thought they were disgusting.
God.
I thought it was different
Did you
stuff.
die?
I thought she had like
She had a couple.
Cheetos
She
and,
did.
like,
She had that. It was
the peach tree schnapps.
yeah.
something
The
like
cup-
that.
That decupped peach schnapps
and I want to
shit.
say we drank a few. I want to say I had like 6 shots.
There
And we had like
was-
a few different kinds of liquors.
There was probably at least 4 shots, and then our Mountain Dew beverage that we had. And then I was like, wanted to spend the night at Ariana's, and I was like, we're trashed. She was like laying it against the wall, and I'm
we
like
were,
trying to
walking
hide.
around town.
We did that for a little while.
And I was like, man, I feel like I'm floating or something, And we're just walking around, and we go back to her house, and we have to stop and talk to her parents in the hallway.
We did not stop in the room that they were in. We were in the
hallway.
Yeah, the foyer area, like the front door, and they were in the living room. And then you were laying against the wall, and I was trying to stand in front of you, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Miss Vanessa, sure, whatever. You need to get your dishes down your room clean. Oh God.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Ariana, why don't you go clean my room? And you're cleaning my room as I'm doing the dishes, and I felt sick as fuck. I ran upstairs to throw up, and I'm like, God. I had to check on her, and she's laying on the floor. I was like, so I'm getting something for I think it was you threw up in something. I can't remember what I got you.
I think we went in the bathroom.
Well, you threw up in something, I thought, because I had you.
I don't remember that part.
Maybe I did.
I could swear to God that we ended up going in the bathroom because I sat down, and as soon as I sat down, the fucking room started spinning.
That's funny.
And I'm like, yeah, this. Yeah.
I think you did throw up in a Walmart bag or something,
Really?
and I think I remember dumping it out and then rinsing it out, and then because I gave it back to you.
This is
And
drunk teenager logic.
It was it was bad.
And then her mom drove us home, drove me home.
Oh, well, I was with you because I spent the night,
Yeah.
so we were both with her.
And yeah, I got out of the car, and your mom
You stay here right now.
What?
Ariana got out of the car. She's like, Missy, when she gets out of here, I want you to stay in here. Stay in here. And then she was like, what she said, she was like, well, it doesn't smell like it anymore since Ariana got out here. I was gonna ask if you guys were drinking, but was she drinking? I was like, no. I was like, whew. I was like, damn. And I was like, well, she had. I said, I don't know what. I was like, she had a cherry sucker. I was like, she always has those suckers. It was like, the lifesaver sucker. I was like, shit, that. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, if I find out you're drinking, you're gonna be in big trouble. And then I got out, and nobody ever found out we were drinking.
Well, and then,
until now.
Okay, so yeah, we got out and went home. I went to my house, and my mom had to get up to work third shift, and I was in the house. I was like, man, I gotta throw up, and I ran. I think my mom had gotten up by then. I ran out into the back of the house, and I threw up by the back door.
I remember you throwing up out there, and Rhonda had to dump. She dumped water on it to so it would go away. She cleaned it up so your mom wouldn't see
That's
it.
about the last I remember of that night. I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if I sobered up after that or
Probably. I think we went
we
just pass
probably
out.
went to
Just
bed.
pass the fuck out.
But yeah, that was our first drunken experience.
Bad times. But
And I
it
didn't
did
drink
stop
for a
you.
really long
It stopped
time.
you.
It stopped me.
It did not
I
stop
didn't
me.
drink for a really long time after that.
That's funny
I didn't
shit.
drink again until I was 19 or something.
That's funny shit.
So Missy's mom, Ariana's parents, if you watch this, now you can go back and yell at them for some things that happened in the past.
Nah. They won't even bother.
I can't believe we got away with that. They were like,
No
oh, fucking
shit.
teenagers. She probably just let it go. They'll learn their lesson or something.
I don't know.
Maybe,
My mom probably.
That's probably true. Your mom wasn't really cool.
I was getting bitched at for dumb shit. So that, if she would have found out, oh God. Because my thought was, I was like, she will scream and yell, who gave it to you? I was thinking of excuses. I was like, we found it out behind LJ's, some random drunk dude walked out of the bar and we asked him to buy us beer, so he did.
Right.
What could we do? What could we say? We would blame somebody.
We wouldn't drink, honestly, but they just were forcing it on us.
Right.
We were just two innocent, cute little girls, and they're just like, drink this beer. And you're like, oh no, please, Mr. Mean Man, don't make us drink that. Blah, blah, blah,
Some
blah, blah,
random
blah.
guy wanted us to get in his car. We had some alcohol, so we got in his car and he drove us around town.
My mom would have never let me leave the house again.
We went
I
to-
would have ran away.
we
I
went
would
to-
have so ran away.
We went to this park, and he's like, so hey, if you suck on this dick for a bit, I'm going to give you some shots to get that flavor out your mouth. But you guys got to do it at the same time. And we were like, well, we want to get drunk, so yeah, Mom, it's cool. We just suck.
Who just sucks a dick for beer? Calm down,
It's cool. It
Mom.
happens, man. How they would have been grounded for eternity and never allowed to take out again.
Yeah, we still would have. We would have snuck out.
Oh yeah.
Would have been like calling each other, making plans at school, like trying to, like I'd be like, hey mom, can I call Heather? Like, I haven't hung out with Heather in years. I'm gonna call, waited till the middle of the night, like, hey, I'm gonna call you at this time, so answer that phone immediately. So like as Susan just you rip it up and be like, hey. That's what we would have done. Like,
yeah, because we had phones on the walls back then.
That's right. Oh yeah, we did.
One of Saren's buddies has that problem going on. His parents will not get him a cell phone, and like literally the only way he can call her is with a landline.
That's funny.
And he has been on there talking with her at night, and I've seen and heard his mom get on there and start yelling at him, like pick up the other phone, tell him to get off. I've heard her yelling at him, going, "Oh, that is hilarious as shit."
That's funny.
I didn't even know that was still a thing anymore.
Well, you can still get landline phones. I mean, like, the freaking cable company's all like, hey, if you bundle and you get a landline phone and this and this and this, you'll get a cheaper deal. It's like...
And it's not. It's the only reason it's a cheaper deal because it's like a lower end of internet service, so it's not as fast.
Well, it's cheaper with the phone, the cable, and the internet. It'd be cheaper if I had, than paying for just one, but I have to pay for those other two services I don't fucking need.
Right. I think we did that for a minute so the boys could have phones at the house because they were getting to the point where they could like stay by themselves. And then something about it was stupid. We didn't like it. We just decided to get them phones, I think. Like, I don't remember what exactly happened. I don't know. I think we would call and check up on them and they didn't hear the phone ever and they just didn't answer the phone and didn't know to answer the phone. So we're like, well, fuck it. If they're not going to answer the goddamn phone, fuck them.
I've owned my house for over 6 years. And I've never had a landline phone there, and I still distinctly remember the day I accidentally mowed over the actual phone line going into the house.
That's funny. I was kind
I'm
of
like,
oops,
I'd have to pay a bunch of money to get that fixed, won't I? Yeah, fuck it, I don't care. I don't use this thing anyway.
Right.
It's not like not like I don't have a phone right here.
Kitty, quit.
So talking about the drinking thing and like some random guy picking us up, do you remember that time that dude like stopped and asked for directions when we were at Kaylee's house? And like
It was really weird.
And it was really creepy because he
Yes.
was like, we were just like, you literally just go down one road and turn right.
Yeah, it was just right there.
And he's like, well, will you come with me?
Yes, I do remember that.
That was creepy.
That was. I remember.
We're like, no, you just go down to that road and turn right, and you just go straight, and you'll end up where you need to go. Well, I don't understand what you're saying.
But
Why don't you come over here and show me on the map?
But I need some dumb teenage girls
Yeah,
to show me where I'm
he
going.
wanted us to take him there pretty much. Like, I vaguely remember it, but I remember enough that it was, when you said it was like up and around the corner, I was like, yeah, it was, like, I mean, he just was bullshit.
He was like standing by the passenger door. He's like, can you come over here and show me on a map?
With all the horror films I've seen this weekend, can you show me on the map? Sure. Okay, you go here and you turn right. Hey, we just passed it. Hey, we just passed it. Oh God, where are we going? Oh God, what? And insert horror film plot here.
Yeah, but it was like 3 of us against 1 of him too, though. So it was kind of like
he
a weapon or whatever.
But yeah, Missy started walking over to him, and we're like, no.
I probably would have been like, yeah, fuck you, buddy. Get out of here.
Missy was just all ballsy about everything. And we're like, get back here.
It's probably like, it's like, I'll show him, and if he's cool and he leaves me alone, cool. But if he like tries to attack me or shove him in his car, like, sweet, I get to beat his ass. That's probably what I was thinking. But fuck it, I'll do it. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
He looked like he would have been very strong.
You
were
like
beating his ass,
in the day,
my friends will jump him with me.
You were like a 98-pound looking nothing in the day, though.
I wasn't 98. No, I was like not. I wasn't like. I mean, I wasn't overweight by any means, but I wasn't like super scrawny. I mean, I think I probably always weighed like 120 pounds or something throughout my teens. Like,
yeah, but he could have still. That's still enough that lift you up and throw you around.
If I would have tried to beat his, in my logic, tried to beat his ass, my friends that they'd have had my back and like tried to beat his ass too, slam him in the car door, fuck him up. I was probably just looking like waiting. I'm like, good, sweet, I hope he fucks with me. I'm gonna beat his ass. Probably what I was thinking.
All right. So what the fuck else was in my little thing? Oh yeah, we were talking. You talked about that time you creamed that fucking deer.
That's that's not where I thought he was going with this.
What were you thinking?
I was like, creamed what? What did I, and it was like, did you mean cream pie? Like
That time you cream pied that guy,
Time you cream pied that deer.
you were like, bam, bam, oh, bam, 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 oh, shit, baby, I'm sorry, don't, it's not mine if you get pregnant, shit.
Missy's got some shit on her mind today because when we were eating dinner earlier, she was like thinking, Ron was talking about making his beer and he said crystal hops or something.
Yeah.
And she was like,
it was crystal
thinking
malt.
it was crystal meth. And
She
then
wants to
what
get
else
high
did
and
you
get
say?
laid.
You said something else.
He was saying he was dry hopping his beer. I
Yeah,
thought he
she's
was
like
saying
dry humping.
Yeah.
Missy, get all eat. Missy, hon, go home, get some, go jerk off.
It's the I quit my job. I'm like in such a better mood. Like I'm just all like
Wanting-
social and wanting to interact, and I'm like listening to things, and I'm just,
Social, want to interact. She's now feeling like getting laid.
no. It's just like I have that creative energy. It's like no, oh no, like and it's really funny. We'll see. I do have the creative energy because I'm like doing this like really weird but cool experiment. It's not a funny thing, but it's just I want to see how this works because like so a lot of people say this, but I believe it. So like everything has energy, and so if
His
you
ass that he's eating has much energy.
yes, so if you have like positive energy and good energy, and you're like I don't know using something. Or like I wear this and I have good energy, and then like I have her wear it, and like she like it's better for her than if I have bad energy and then she wears it or something. That's like what like people would say. But what I find interesting, and I've heard this a lot, that they say like you can if you drink like water, so like or anything else, but it's supposed to be because it has the water in it. It could be the beer because the beer has water in it. But I think water would be about the best because that's like one of the best things for you to drink. So, like
Mostly water in
if
there.
you, I guess you focus and have an intention to, I don't know, just like whatever. Like if you want to, let's say, to bring luck to yourself, like good luck to yourself. And actually, this makes sense. I'll explain this. So if you like go to bring luck to yourself, let's say you want to have that. And that's what your intention is, and like you say, I want to have it within the week, or today, or whatever. You're supposed to have like really good thoughts when you're drinking your water, and like you can even put like on a piece of paper, you just tape it to your water, like it's just a thing they say. Then you're supposed to have good energy, and then like that'll come true. You'll have that luck. And I was like, all right, I've heard this several times, and I'll give this a try. So
she's putting into things that she wants laid.
So that's I should. So, no, but see, the reason why I think this is an interesting experiment to do, so I heard this long ago. There was a group, and I can't remember exactly how they did it. I can't remember if it was 2 jars or 6 jars, but they had, like, they split them evenly.
And there were 2 girls and a single cup involved.
Yeah, they charged it with really good energy first. And, so, they split, like, these jars of water. And so they like the one group with the 1 jars, they were like, "Oh, I love you," and they were hugging it, and and then they did that like they were really mean to the other side. They're like, "Fuck you, piece of shit," whatever. And they might even put like labels like love and something on like the jars and like shitty stuff. And they either froze the jars and then scraped the water like the ice off, or they like made slides and then froze the water on these slides. But they looked under a microscope, and so the positive jars, they were like really pretty snowflake looking, ice type things, and then like the jars that they did with like the shitty mean stuff too, it was just like a real ugly frozen pattern. It wasn't like really pretty snowflakes.
I'm just thinking about Ghostbusters too, because that's on my to-do list to watch, where they had like the mood slime.
Okay, gotcha. That does make sense.
Ghostbusters 2, like they had the mood. They got like this slime that was like mood slime. What?
I was like, I think everybody knows.
Well, maybe like 3 people don't.
Right.
And like at one point they were like yelling at like, "You're a fucking horrible piece of slime! I hate you!" And it like got all angry.
They're giving it energy, yes.
And then they like charged it with positive energy and like, "Oh, I love you."
Yes,
and, like,
they did, and it was 10 times better.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they like they ended up coating the Statue of Liberty with it, and like at the big ending scene and walking around and shit.
So
Same thing.
anyway,
Bullets, lime, and ghosts.
and I like heard another one where they did like something similar. So they put I don't know if they cooked the rice or just put rice and water in these jars, and so they did like 3 jars because they had a positive one, they had a shitty one they treated shitty, and they had a
like a neutral or something.
yeah, it was like the we call it an experiment. You have
Control.
yes. So they did that. So the good one, like they had it sit for a really long time, and then afterwards, like you could still use it. Like it was still fit for human consumption. It was delicious, whatever. The one that was shitty too was really moldy and like disgusting, and they couldn't use it. The neutral one, for like whatever it was weird, it made rice vinegar. So there's like they could use it. But it wasn't like the delicious rice. It was something in between the two, but it was usable because it fermented and made the rice vinegar. And they said with their study, they're like, well, we don't know if we did it exactly perfect. You know, like there could have been some kind of contamination as to why it fermented, why it molded. You know, they just said it wasn't a super like specific. Like they didn't. Like they did everything the same, but it was like not super scientifically perfect the way that they would do it. But I'm like, well, those are really cool concepts. So I was 2 different days I did this. So like on my water bottle, like I did it today, and I just basically wanted to be productive today and like be able to focus and concentrate on everything and not get sidetracked and get the shit done that I wanted to do. So far I've done pretty good. But the other day it was really weird because I wasn't specific, but I'm like, let's just see if I can do this. So I typically average $20 an hour doing Uber. I'm like, I want to average $25 an hour. So the day that I wanted to average $25 an hour, it almost really pissed me off because I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. It's going to work out good, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up getting some stupid, I think I got stuck in Cincinnati. And then like with Uber, I can't get anything back from Cincinnati. And it fucked it up, and I only made like between $17 and $18 an hour. I was like, fucking made less, and I was like all pissed off. The next day that I drove was the day that I did the West Virginia run. So when you're on the highway and you're just going like, faster or whatever, you're making more. It's just, it works out better. You're making more for your time, even if you have to drive back. So not counting my side trip where I fucked off and found that really cool Golden Palace shit from like the guy from India built.
I saw that shit.
That was pretty badass. But so not counting my little side trip, taking like my day that because I did like a small handful of rides before. Like maybe I got up at like 5, and then I did some some rides before. Then picked that dude up at 9:30, and then went and then shut it off after that, and then came back. But the amount of hours that I put into that particular day, I averaged $24 and some change per hour. So it was like the second day after I was doing that, had that intention with where I like labeled my bottle with what I wanted. I was like, that's a little fucked up.
So something I read about this, instead of saying I want, like, because you're telling the universe you're lacking, you just like think like you already have it.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard that a lot. So, and it's okay, so like, because I'm like real big into that, and like a lot of people like affirmations, you gotta do affirmations, and then there's like gurus out there be like, this is why affirmations suck. It's like, no, it's not the affirmations that suck, it's like the intent behind it. The person doesn't, so like if you're supposed to, like the way you're supposed to do it and the way it actually works, because you're supposed to feel it. So if you're doing your affirmations and you're just saying them and repeating them and only like just to, like you're basically just going through the motions. You have to feel it. Like you have to invoke those emotions in you as if you already have it. And
I will put this into my perspective.
It's bullshit. I don't believe in nothing like that.
No. Not specifically that, but it's the similar thought process. I've been half-ass job hunting now for fucking months. And because fucking Rocky was all, haha, they wanted to fire you. That pissed me off and got me to a point where, okay, I need to be 110% on this fucking interview shit. I will have I will get these interviews. I will not fuck this up. I will do this 100%. I'm going to steamroll the next half a dozen of these interviews, and I will fucking whip my dick out and do this right. That's the only way.
What?
I mean, you know,
Italian cream pie.
that is
glasses.
essentially what I was going
Cream
through.
pie this job interview.
That is essentially what was going through my head. It's not, it'd be nice if I had this, I want this. No, it's,
Right.
I will fucking do this. This is something that I'm taking by the balls. I'm tickling the balls. I'm stroking it.
She's doing a fucking blowjob. Ron is sucking that dick job. The duck
I'm
job's
gonna
dick.
fucking jerk this shit off without sucking the dick because that requires more skill. And I'm gonna get the fucking job, and I did.
Ron can't get the job where it requires the dick sucking. He doesn't have that much skill.
No. I have the skill that I don't need to suck the dick. It's all with the hand motions.
Gotcha. So you're just skilled enough that barely get by doing the hand job.
Just have to learn to suck dick later on so you can get promoted or
That's
something.
right.
No, that's what I feel like I've been doing the last year is just sucking dick, and the dick's like, you know, this limp little
He's
thing
just
that won't
really
get
bad
hard.
at sucking dick.
No, it's like this dick is just this limp little, come on, do something. Come on. Come on, do something. I gotta stick my finger up your butt.
You're pretty good at that.
Right?
I mean, that's...
You had that tongue thing going and everything.
At any rate, so I understand what you're saying, though. It's not a matter
It's
of...
just put into his own dick sucking perspective.
It's not a matter of saying, you know, I want this thing. No, it's I will fucking take this.
Right.
This will be mine.
You have to invoke the emotion, like you have to feel it. Like you have to feel like you already have it. So you have to feel like you already swallowed that load.
Pretty much. And you want the fucking load. It's not something that you're like, oh god, this is going to taste like nasty shit. Like, alright, I want that fucking load. Alright, I'm going for this. This is going to be awful. This is going to be long work to suck it, but I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to suck that dick.
Oh, that's so
Is
funny.
that better for you? Does that put into a better perspective for you?
Yeah, sure.
Your fucking gurus and yogis won't say that.
I don't think they will. They speak about, what is it? Shit. It's not November. It's like the whole like no whack, I can't remember what it
No
is.
fap November.
Yeah, that's basically what I guess maybe that's what they refer to it as.
So you're
Like,
not allowed to jerk off, you can just screw and get off?
but that's where I don't get it, but I do get it. So basically, if you masturbate, it like gets rid of your creative, whatever, and like you're like I don't know, like you just don't have that energy because you're releasing it like wasting it versus if you like are having sex with somebody that has good energy, you have a good energy exchange, so then it's better, and like you shouldn't jack off if you're trying to be successful because then it will keep you from being successful. Maybe that's why you're having trouble getting jobs.
Damn it, is that why I'm such a loser?
I mean, maybe, but I'm both jacking off and getting laid, so what's that mean?
You're wasting the good energy she's giving you, jackass. You're making her efforts like pointless, and you're emptying yourself, and you don't have anything to offer her in return. You're lowering her energy by lowering yours by jacking off all the time.
Not
Fucking selfish jerk. I hope she watches this episode.
I'm coming over soon. And you'd be like, well, you're not getting any.
Good stuff. I'm liking it.
Like and subscribe to hear more about my how to ruin sex life.
How to ruin your own sex life by jacking off. Volumes 1 and 2.
And 3 and 4, but never mind. We don't have enough time left in the episode to cover that. Anyway. So what have we learned today, guys?
Oh, don't jack off. It's gonna ruin your sex life because you're wasting the good energy that somebody else is giving you.
Fucking doing that November bullshit.
Ron sucks those jobs down like it is his job.
I mean, dude.
I think Ron gives better head than you.
Yes, that's awesome.
According to what I just saw,
Well,
Ron gives better head.
I mean, I know what I like, okay?
Know what I like? A big, hot, steamy load in his mouth.
Big, hot, steamy job interview.
Big hot steamy job interview. I want to get paid all the money. Oh, put that money in me, baby. Oh yeah. Make it rain, daddy. Ooh ooh. Whenever I say ooh ooh around the kids, she obviously that makes me want to say it more.
I've never heard an ooh-woo, but I really like your ooh-woo. Ooh-woo. Oh, that's so funny.
What have you learned today?
You can get blacklisted from reviewing Amazon.
They give you 2
I
good
learned that earlier
reviews.
than today, though.
But yes, but that was a good key point.
Yeah.
So, we did hit time, obviously. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
No, I think I'm good. Could have just kept making fun of him rambling about the interviews and the sexual energy and shit, though. But
Well, if you've got all that sexual energy, I mean, jerk off or get laid, those are your choices. Good energy, bad energy,
create good energy.
So, on that note, shall we do our jingle?
Sure.
Strobingbuttplug.com. Like, subscribe, all those things.
Like, subscribe, jack off,
Share.
cream pie.
Share your cream pies.
Dude, Missy never shared her deer story that you were talking about.
I know, because she was like all talking about affirmations and coming and jerking off. I will put another
I've
note.
shared the deer story before.
I will put another note in the calendar for next time,
Alrighty.
and we'll cover it then.
Wasn't the deer story last week, though?
I think it
It
was.
was last week after we stopped recording.
Oh,
I thought we told it on the episode.
I'll have to watch
I don't know.
and go back over.
If we did, it won't be on there. If we didn't, it will be. Bye, guys.